Hello, Super Learners! My name is Miss Jennifer, and I'm so excited that you're here to learn with me today. You will need a piece of paper, a pencil, and a stuffed animal for today's lesson. Ask a trusted adult to help you find these items. While you're getting your supplies, I'm going to grab mine as well. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now, and I see you are too. We have our supplies, Super Learners, so let's get started. Today, we are going to read a story about animals that live on a farm. We are going to practice reading our words from left to right and learn to read some heart words. Are you ready? Let's get started. Before we can begin reading our book, we need to learn some words. These are a special kind of word. They are called heart words. We call these words heart words because we are practicing reading them so that we will know them by heart, or so that we won't have to sound them out. Our words for today are look, at, and the. I have some heart word cards that I made using index cards and a marker. You can make your own heart word cards using your piece of paper and a pencil. All you need to do is fold your paper in half like this. Then fold your paper in half again, like this. And now you have 4 spaces to write your heart words. Ask a grown-up for help if you need to. Now, I'm going to use a marker to write my words, but you can use whatever writing utensil you have available. Let's start by making our heart word cards. The first word we will be reading today is look. In one of the spaces on your paper, you're going to write the word look. Remember that we always start on the left and go to the right. Our first letter is L. To write a letter L, you start at the top and make a straight line down. Next, we need 2 letter O's. To make the letter O, just make a circle. Make 2 of them. Last, we need the letter K. To make a K, start at the top, make a straight line down, then go about halfway on your straight line and make a slanted line up and then a slanted line down, like this. And now you have the word look. Show your friend your word. Now let me see. Great job. Now let's write the word at in a different space on your paper. This word begins with the letter A. To make an A, we're going to make a circle. Then start at the top of your circle and make a straight line down that touches your circle, like this. Now we need a letter T. To make a letter T, start at the top and make a straight line down. Then jump back up about halfway and make a line across from left to right. And now you have a letter T. Show your word at to your stuffed friend. Now let me see. Great job. Our last heart word is the. Choose an empty space on your paper for your word. First, we need the letter T. We just wrote a letter T in our word at. Do you remember how to write it? Let's do it together. Start at the top, make a straight line down, then jump back up about halfway and make a line from left to right. Next, we need the letter H. To make an H, start at the top, make a straight line down, then jump about halfway up the line and make a curved line down to the bottom. The last letter we need is the letter E. To make an E, make a curved line down to the bottom, then jump back to the top and make a line that slides to the left. Show your word the to your stuffed friend. Now let me see. I like how your letters are written from left to right. Great job. Now that we have our heart word cards, let's practice reading and spelling our words. Our first word is look. Read it with me. Look. Now let's point to each letter and say its name. L-O-O-K. Great job. Point to each letter and tell your stuffed friend. L-O-O-K. We did it! Our next word is at. Read it with me. At. Now, point to your word and say at to your stuffed friend. Great. Now, let's point to each letter and spell the word at. A-T. Now point to each letter in your word and say them to your stuffed friend. A-T. Great job spelling at. Our last word is the. Read it with me. The. Now point to your word and say the word the to your stuffed friend. Great. Now let's point to each letter and spell the word the. T-H-E. Now, point to each letter in your word and say them to your stuffed friend. T-H-E. Wow! Now we can read and spell 3 heart words. Look, at, and the. Now, let's take a look at our book that we will be reading today. The title of our book is At Home on the Farm. This story is about different types of homes that each animal uses on a farm. Let's take a look at the pictures. In this picture, we can see a barn, and over here we can see a cow. Now, let's look at the barn. Now, I want you to read this page with your stuffed animal. Look at the barn. Did you see our heart words on this page? Yes, we were able to read our heart words. Look at the. Now let's read the next page to see what animal lives in the barn. Look at the cow. Now I want you to read this page to your stuffed friend. Look at the cow. Did you see our heart words on this page again? We sure did. Look at the pen. Did you see our heart words on this page? Yes, because we read, look at the pen. Great reading. Let's read on to see which animal lives in a pen. Look at the pig. Now I want you to read this page to your stuffed friend. Point to the words and read them again. Look at the pig. What farm animal did we look at on this page? Right, the pig. Look at the hen house. Now I want you to read this page to your friend. Look at the hen house. What animal do you think lives in a hen house? Right, a hen or a chicken. Look at the hen. Now I want you to read this page to your stuffed friend. Did you see your heart words on this page? Yes, we read, look at the hen. Great reading. Look at the farm. Now, I want you to read this page to your stuffed friend. Did you see our heart words? Look at the farm. Great reading. Now that we've practiced reading our heart words, look at and the, we can read those words in other texts without having to sound them out. We are at the end of our lesson, Super Learners, and you have done such a great job reading the heart words, look at and the. Thank you so much for being with me as we learned some heart words and read a book using those words. Keep practicing reading and spelling look at and the. See you next time.